What that man finna talk about? What that man finna talk about? Hey, why that man got zebra under his toboggan? Cause it's my mama's and I miss her. I love my mama. Y'all saw that picture of me and my mama? Don't we look alike? I'm gonna post it. We got the same nose. All right, let's get this thing started. Yeah. Yo, guess who's back? So, no life update right now. I'm still grieving. I cry. I don't want to cry on camera. But, so I'm back. It's the week of the showdown. Yo, I'm so excited. So excited. I think right now on the master list, we got 39 performing teams, which, I mean, some people like, that ain't a lot, 39. Last year, we had 7. This year, we got 39. And BCAA messed up my registration. How y'all gonna put y'all normally be doing y'all thing in January. Hey, don't talk about these ramen noodles, okay? If you ain't never had to eat ramen, we can't be friends, all right? You don't know the struggle, or you just don't know good food, because ramen noodles actually really good. Either way, BCAA, like legit, y'all could have did y'all thing any time. I would have came. I would have supported Broward County Athletic Association, whatever it stands for. Y'all could have did it anytime other than December the 6th. Y'all could have did it December the 5th. Y'all could have had Friday Night Lights. Y'all could have put it on the football field for all I care. But it's cool. But it's cool. I hate that, my Broward crew ain't gonna be able to show up. I hate that, like those Rowdy Raiders, my Pompano babies, my friend over there in Plantation, Western, the Wildcats. But Western JV's pulling up, baby. And I know they gonna do some good stuff. I got them closing out one section because Western JV is nice. They nice. And of course, Blue Crew, Dillard. I'm gonna miss y'all. But I'll be rooting y'all on from Boynton. And I know that y'all gonna be rooting us on from down in Broward. So yeah. Other than that, life is good. We're back in the swing of things. Thanksgiving break. My team did absolutely nothing. I don't think that they ran a mile or even ran from a dog or anything. Like, I don't think they did anything over Thanksgiving break. They probably, took this opportunity to just chill and who knows, eat ramen noodles. But our first day back, it wasn't the best. But it also wasn't like the caliber that I'm getting used to and the standard that I want them to be accustomed to. Like, we're getting used to this we don't drop sort of mentality, And first day back, we was dropping. We was dropping it like it was hot. When the pimps in the crib, but it's a part of the game. But like I was telling one crew today, because they wanted to stay after and get some reps in, at no point should we be making drops like to the point where the Flyers foot is in our hands and it's slipping out our hands, because that's just carelessness. That's not even explainable. You know what I'm saying? At no point should the Flyers' feet hit perfectly at the top and they bend their knees, because that's just poor training. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, y'all aren't poorly trained, so don't look poorly trained. Let's see. Let's dive into competition season, what it's been looking like so far. So for my team, and notice, I ain't wear nothing that y'all can try to pin me on, all right? But my team, we've been doing exceptionally well. I cannot wait until January the 9th. I can't wait. My kids only get like 3-4 days for a Christmas break. We are going to be in the lab. We're going to be working. We're going to be grinding. And the thing is, like, I'm not trying to push my kids to get new skills at this point. Like, I'm taking everything that we've already worked so hard for, cleaning it up, making it sharp, making them like have fun with it. I want them to be so comfortable with this routine that we know it's gonna smack, and not only is it gonna smack, they're gonna look like they're having the time of their lives doing it, because they like, yo, this is just like May. Like, literally nothing's different, nothing's harder. These are the same people that we started with. Like, let's do it for our person to the left, do it for our person to the right. Like, I'm not stressing them out. I've already did a video about how I wasn't going to get greedy, and I'm standing by that. I'm not getting greedy. Only thing that is different now is just, honestly, society sucks. Like, I'm not going to go too far into detail because as a coach, I'm held to a certain level of anonymity. But I will say this, and this is just not about like 1 or 2 or 3 kids or whatever. This is just about y'all's generation, point blank, period. And some of the people that's in my generation, well, I really don't know if y'all in my generation now because I ain't seen y'all birth certificate, but y'all don't act like y'all was born around the 1991 area. But just solve. You want instant gratification. You want praise for work that you haven't done. You want to be in the front of the routine and you don't deserve. And then the people that are deserving, the people that do show up, the people that's going to bust their butt every single rep, y'all not saying enough. Y'all letting people lead that have no business leading. Like, I don't care what you say. Like, people be like, I'm raising leaders. Like, that's kind of sort of not how that goes, but okay. Like, I don't know. It's like, I don't think that you can like make somebody into a leader. It has to be like that dog or that fight in them already. And if the only time that they can have that dog or that fight in them is when they talking to a lesser dog or a dog without a fight in them, they're not a leader. That's a bully. Point blank. Like, how you a leader and the only people you can lead are people that's lesser than you? Oh, okay. How you a leader and you can get on to one person for not doing their thing right because you know they ain't got no fight in them. But this other person that got that fight in them, you scared to tell them when they do it wrong. Like, that's not a leader. That's not what a leader is. A leader is someone who knows the standard, upholds themselves to the standard, and if you're not doing what's up to standard, they call you out on it because you are the next in line to the coach. You should be saying stuff that the coach don't have to say because you already know what's up. Do I have some leaders? Yes. Are they vocal? Not yet. They gotta be. They gotta get more vocal because the only way we're gonna get to the promised land is if we're being led by the right people, by the people that show up every single day, by the people that bust their butt, by the people that they're not just saving their criticism and all of their critiques for one demographic, one brand of person. Like, they're doing it for everybody. So that's that on that part. Now, we kicked off that thing in Dillard on October the 22nd, and I only took 8 kids. Only took 8. But those 8 kids showed me what my program can look like because we hit hand in hands, and this ain't even our year for hand in hands. Hand in hands ain't even in our routine. Why he talking about what's in his routine? Y'all already know I don't get down with this secrecy. I do not. I'm from Bama. If I was working on hand to hands, you know it. Because, A, the moment my kids hit it, I show y'all to praise my kids and keep them going. B, I'd have been talking to every team that I know doing hand to hands. Like, hey, how you do that? Send me that Kevin Lamb video. Like, I would be soliciting help from everybody to get my team to do these hand-to-hands. But we're not doing independent hand-to-hands. They're in pyramids, yes. But we're not doing independent hand-to-hands, no. So, but we hit hand-to-hands. We hit switch 360s. We're not doing switch 360s. I don't think we technically need them. Like, the people I see throwing hand-to-hands, they're prep pressing. So I'm like, cute. But if we hit that round-off up to the top, we got them. If we hit that round off up to the top and maybe, I don't know, one-legged, we got them. That little prep press, cute, but I'll take that solid round off up to the top over that prep press any day. All right, that's just me. But once again, y'all do your thing because I'm about to get into a little something. They're probably gonna ruffle a little yum, but it don't bother me anyway. So it is what it is. Other than that, we're not doing switch 360s, but the skills we're doing are program appropriate for my varsity. Is it hard? No. Is it stacked? Yes. Our routine is stacked from start to finish. From the time you hear this year is personal, which by the way, it says this year is personal. It sounds like it doesn't say this year is personal, but I promise you it says this year is personal. I wrote the ad libs, so I know exactly what they say. It ain't my fault that people from Chicago and they can't open their mouth well. And it ain't no, now he talking about people from Chicago. I just left Chicago. They don't open their mouth well. That's perfectly fine. But this year's personal. And we are stunting from the time the music cuts on all the way to the time it stops. I'm talking about in the air. So Dillard was October 22nd. Amazing time. Love Coach E. I got a chance to meet Piper at Dillard. I got a chance to meet Plantation, Western. I had met her via text, but we met actually in person. So, and I feel like it was somebody else there. Not sure, but I feel like I'm missing somebody. But if not, good. If I did, I'm sorry. But I got a chance to meet them, a lot of the Broward schools, and I can't even lie to you. When I left that day, you could ask Coach E and Coach Kerry what I said. I said, this is different. And, you know, they had their feelings on it, but I was like, no, it's different. Like, shoot, y'all had me scared to come to Broward. Y'all had me thinking that y'all be in the gym have to fight each other. But I don't know. I just know in Belma we don't do that. Palm Beach, we don't do that. But I just seen y'all do some stuff. So it was different. And to piggyback on my love for Broward, I actually went back on November 5th. I went to Western. And that one, I took all 23. And they did well. That right there was the start to, I like having an extra large team. After November the 5th, we then had our showcase would have been our next thing. So showcase was on the 15th. Olympic Heights pulled through. West Boca pulled through. My middle school, my JV pulled through. Dang, I think that's everybody. Oh, Westminster was invited, but they ended up going to the South Florida Showdown. They ended up going to West Broward. So I'm going to see Westminster this Saturday at the Showdown, though. Same name. It's okay. It's okay. I think I've already said that. It's all right. It's all right. It's cool. It's fine. It's fine. It's just a word. All right. But I'm going to see Westminster this Saturday. I have not seen Monarch yet. They were signed up for the showcase, did not show up. And that's fine. I know they've been places, and I hope that they're, you know, building their routine and getting the help that they need, blah, blah, blah. I be wanting people to come because in Bama, I judged and, you know, cheered and did all of that stuff. And no, I wasn't an FHSAA judge, but at the end of the day, judging is judging and good chilling is good chilling. So I be wanting people to come. So if it's something that I could easily help them with, I just go ahead and be like, yo, this is what you could do. Or I'll send them like one of my score sheets and be like, this is what they're saying. So take this and apply it. Like literally, I'm not a top dog yet. And even when I am a top dog, it's never going to change the fact that when I went to West Broward's competition and I met Miami Central, the Rockets, yes. When I met them, I literally exchanged numbers with Coach Trey, sent her my score sheet, and I was like, this is what, you know, like, I sent her my score sheet from Hudson to be exact. I was like, this is what, like, you know, like, they're saying. Like, this is what they are wanting to see. So even though this is not your score sheet, here's my routine, here's my score sheet. You can literally look and you can, if you have the eye and the mind for it, you can literally see like, oh, we're not doing that, but they're doing it and they want them to do it this way. So you can make critiques and edits as you need to. Like, nobody's ever gonna make me feel like helping somebody is going to lead me to hell. Like, nobody's gonna make me feel that way. So, yeah. Nobody's gonna make me feel that way. So I don't mind helping. And me and Coach Trey have only met once in person, but we vibed and love her down. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if there's something I can do to help her, I'm not gonna let her make it to January the 9th and get hit with 5 comments that they hit me with on November the 22nd. Like, girl, look, here it is. Fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like, or come up. Come on December the 6th. Come to the competition. Nah, it's too late. But come up. Let's talk. Let's get in the room. Let's help. All of that good stuff. I have not met anyone this year that I've actually like sat down, talked with people that actually have like new programs and actually starting their programs. I have not met anybody this year that's been opposed to help. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do have, and I have close friends that coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say close, not like we grew up together because I'm from Belma. I'll say that for the rest of my life. But I have people that I will text and ask for opinions, and they will ask me this, that, and the third. And I have people that sometimes, you know who you are, just watch the video. I don't need you to make no critiques. I don't need you to send me a list of what you would do, because I ain't gonna do none of what you saying. I already know what I want my team to look like, and it's not offensive. She's genuinely trying to help, but at the same time, you have to be okay with telling people, I'm showing you this so you can see where we are. I'm not showing you this so you can like try to critique and judge me, especially if I ain't even seen your routine. If I want you to give me critiques, I will ask you for critiques. This mouth works just fine. So if I wanted you to help me, I'm gonna say, hey, watch this and tell me what I'm doing wrong. If I just send it to you and be like, hey, look at this, don't send me back no list of what you would have did. I'm just gonna ignore it. I ain't gonna be rude, but I'm just telling you now, like, if I don't ask you for critiques 9 times out of 10, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, bless it. Y'all, let me just go ahead and tell this story real quick, because it happened not too long ago. It actually happened on November the 18th. Wasn't my proudest moment, but it is what it is. I received the score sheet and I thought it was bananas, like crazy. So I was just like, I'm a little confused. Once again, I'm from Bama. Questions don't get you beat up in Bama. Questions don't get your team lowballed in Bama. So I'm from Bama. Well, if you see something on your score sheet and you like, I don't agree with that. Yo, what you meant by blah, blah, blah? That's me. What you meant by blah, blah, blah? How did I get a lower score? Like, especially like my cheer, because like, y'all, I kid you not. I'm not even playing. A college team helped me with my cheer. Like, game day top 3, D1A collegiate program helped me with my cheer. You not finna tell me that somebody whose sign's falling apart cheer finna go higher than mine. Like, You ain't gonna do that. You know what? Actually, you might do it. I ain't listening. You ain't doing that. Nah, we ain't doing that now. Not when a UCA, I think they won nationals at one point, but definitely not when a game day UCA top 3 college. Yeah, nah. You can't tell me anything. Like, I just was like, okay. And like, I was asking because I was trying to see, like, am I tripping? Like, because, you know, some teams have history. Some teams are like, oh, the state was founded on these past state champions. And there go that team that always gets a high score. And you're like, oh, they're one of the founding fathers. Like, no, I can't compete with that. I'm not a founding father. I'm in year 3. Like, no, I'm not a founding father. But at the end of the day, I've said it once. I've said it twice. I've said it on the tube. I've said it in emails. Nobody that is in your current state should be allowed to judge your state. That's just how I feel. Now, I say it here because back at home, those judges is always an underdog that come out of nowhere. Like, for real, like, it'll legit be like, this year, this team won. This year, this team won by 0.1. This team won this year, blah, blah, blah. And the teams are always like, we never saw them coming. It's never like, no. Like, it's always like, yo, they were good. Like, it's never like you have to buy into the system. Like, you ain't got to get no kidney to get a good score in Bama. Like, all you got to do is put out some good cheerleading. So, I felt like it was a little bit of, I don't know if nepotism is the word. I don't know if favoritism is the word. It was some tism though. It was some tism. I felt like it was a little tism, and I was just like, look, if it's tism, it ain't nothing I can do about that. But at the end of the day, I know that if you put video A by video B, and one of those videos are me, and you ain't even got to label which one, and if we send them off to people that I actually aspire and actually respect their feedback, they're not gonna tell me that I'm 2-3 points lower. Like, no. And that's what I'm getting okay with. Like, I'm getting okay with the point of everybody ain't gonna like you. But just because they don't like you, like, okay, yeah, I got a mouth. I talk in, like, I guess to my little phone because I don't, like, I mean, I talk to Ernest when I call E, and I talk to Carrie, and I talk to Coach Nikki, and I talk to Sarah Kay. I talk to plenty of people, but I talk the exact same way. I'm not, like, sneaking behind people's backs doing anything. Like, I don't mind, because at the end of the day, if something is wrong, it is wrong. And if the system needs to change, then the system needs to change. And if the only way the system changes or the wrong gets made right is if somebody actually says, y'all are bugging. And if that somebody got to be me, my kid's already at a disadvantage. What I got to lose to be like, hey, I guess we got to make our signs fall apart. I guess we got to just make sure that, like, maybe we singing the words out here. I guess we got to make sure it's a little hard to follow, like, because we're never going to have the founding fathers. We're never going to have that history. So if at the end of the day, y'all are already looking at teams that, if you can go all the way back and say, oh, this team in 2015, they were amazing, you shouldn't be judging. That's how I feel. And I mean it. Because if you remember 2015, then you already remember, like, their pre-existing history. So you're already biased, whether you like them, love them, hate them, or whatever. You're already biased. Like, bias don't always have to be good. You can already be biased. And even, like, to the point where it's like, oh, well, this is a new team. They were good, but when they clean it up, no. If they were sloppy and did not clean it up, then Team A, new team, should have outscored them. So if you have any ties to any of the schools in said state, you should not be judging unless you're going to keep it real with your dog no matter what, like we do back home. That's why back home, if you are a repeating champion, you earned it. Because guess what? Everybody's coming after you, and everybody's seeing your routine, and we practice with each other, and we see what you're working on, because you want people to know I'm at the top. And if you want to be at the top, come get it. It ain't gonna be easy. Come get it. That's the type of cheer atmosphere I'm from. I'm not used to what y'all do down here. I'm not used to people, like, not letting people know, like, oh, we got competition coming up this weekend. You want to come? Like, I'm promoting my competition because whether you signed up or not, come watch. Shoot, pay your $15. Get you a wristband. But, like, I don't know. Like, I hear about, like, people having head-to-heads, like, the day of. I'm like, yo, like, why you didn't say nothing? Like, my kids would have loved to come, but maybe it's me. But what I do? I'm gonna leave that alone. Y'all know I can kill this, because once again, I ain't from here. But I feel like if y'all having something, and if y'all really are a girl's girl, a guy's guy, a cheerleader, then cheer like church. The doors are always open. I mean, I posted our competition schedule a long time ago. I've been posting about the showdown since a long time ago. By the way, next year is gonna be December the 5th. Get ready. But I've been posting about it since forever. And everybody's invited. I'm not gonna not tell somebody about it to be like, no, we don't want them to come because blah, 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 blah. What? They're kids. Line it up, press play. Like, you just like a coach that bad that you don't want the kids in the building? What? Drink my little Kool-Aid. Because you wrong. If you excluding kids, you wrong. And I'm going to tell you, you wrong. Other than that, everything's all good. I do think that I understand now, you can't ask people what they meant, what they saw, because they get offended. And I don't know. I don't even know how to apologize for offending you if I didn't mean to offend you, other than to say I'm sorry. But you see how genuine that looked. Because if my intention was not to offend you and you decided to be offended, I mean, sorry. Sorry. But if I offended you and, like, yeah, you know, I don't know. At the end of the day, I think that most of the time people be offended by stuff that shouldn't be offensive unless there's a little truth to it. Because the only way I would be offended by somebody being like, you charged me more than you charged them, is if it was true. And if I was like, I did not charge you more. And if I did, like, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. All right. Like, no, like at the end of the day, I don't know. But I see y'all got some stuff coming up. Uh-huh. It's cute. We're gonna have our showdown on Saturday. That's the 6th. We're gonna have our program finale on Monday. We're going over to Garcia. Hey, see? Told me about it. I brought all 3 of my teams. That's who I am. I'm a guy's guy. Girl's girl. Chili to chili you. You know? If you want my kids in the building, I want my kids in the building. Because at the end of the day, love the people that love you. Only time people invite you to stuff when they want you to pay big dollars. If you ain't paying big dollars, they don't want to fool with you. But I told y'all that. That's y'all fault. They don't invite you to stuff when it's free. They don't invite you to stuff when it's close to that doggone regional time. But anytime before that, oh, it's a fundraiser. Carnival. Y'all gonna learn. That's all I'm saying. Y'all gonna learn. After the 8th, we're going UCA. That's on the 13th. That's in Orlando. After UCA, hopefully we get a bid. Then we'll be able to prep for nationals. But after UCA, there is no Bobcat battle. I'm trying to get with my girl Vicky and see if we can get our teams together because I would just love for us to be in the same room together. We're going to see each other this weekend, so maybe we can plan something, you know. But I wish there was a Bobcat battle. Other than that, on the 17th, we going down to Pompano. I don't know if I'm going to take just varsity or if I'm going to bring my varsity and my junior varsity. At the end of the day, I feel like I've done my middle school and my junior varsity a disservice this year. That's just a personal feeling I have of my own. And I know I get on here and I joke and I play and I get real nonchalant. You know, that Bama banter. But this right here is the first year where I actually felt like I might have let my kids down. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know people say, you're only one person, you're only one man. But last year I didn't let them down. You know what I'm saying? Last year I had middle school, JV, and varsity. And this year I had this great idea of expanding the program and being able to cover X, Y, and Z. And it was literally like a week ago, I looked like at progress monitoring and I realized that I might have let my kids down. And that made me a little sad. But I'm going to get that fixed. And once I get that fixed, I'll talk about it more. Because once again, I don't have a problem with bearing my soul and opening up my wounds for you guys. Because for new coaches that actually are out here trying to get it and not putting your team on somebody else and then claiming them as yours because, hey, I'm the coach. But they go here 4 days a week for skill development. And then we got our routine from here and they did our music. And all I do is press play. That's my team. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone because evidently that would start a whole bunch of other stuff. But I'm one of those coaches where if there's a practice, I'm at it. Okay? If there's a competition, I'm at it. If there's a schedule, I made it. And I just thought I was going to be able to like release some control. And it just didn't turn out that way. So, I'll talk about that later, but I think I've been on here long enough. It's going on 29 minutes. I'm excited for the rest of the competition season. I'm very excited for regionals. We got Seminole Ridge on January the 3rd. My kids will not be getting the Christmas break. They get like 5 days. All right, that's it. If Santa Claus can't come see you in 5 days, you weren't on his list because, come on. He should have made his rounds. Regional Santa should have been the came and saw you by now. If the big dog ain't came and saw you, Regional Santa should have been here by now. So you must not be on the list, okay? Other than that, I'm excited. I'm so happy. Somebody told me that, I guess, I don't know. Once again, I ain't studying nobody that I fan because I guess someone was on Instagram and it was on somebody's notes and they was like, who did you make mad? I was like, I don't know. They was like, well, did you see they post? I was like, no. Like, and the sad thing is, I think that we might be friends, but I guess because I don't watch their stuff enough, it's not close enough to the friend. But also, God is good. I don't care. So if you couldn't shoot me a text and tell me how you felt about whatever, But I'm out of my ramen noodles and Kool-Aid's at the very bottom. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I will be back with Showdown at the Set recap. I might come back before then. I feel like y'all be missing me sometimes, but then also I feel like y'all just be like, this boy just be talking. But y'all be listening, because every now and then a broke clock is right twice a day, and I ain't a broke nothing. But I think y'all be listening because y'all be like, it's so much, and it's like such a different way of thinking, but he's not wrong. Because think about it. We got invited to this, but we ain't even know about that. People in my circle, I'm invite y'all to everything. I want to spend as much time with y'all as I can. I'm clingy like that though. I am. Like I want to see you. I want to see you every week. I want to see your kids all the time. Like I want to say, hey, all the time. And wow, y'all gonna make me cry if I get to talking about that. But I don't know. I think that it's just a different year. I think that with success is going to be some discomfort. And I don't think that I've reached success yet, but I know I've been feeling deficits in areas that I did not want to feel deficits in, starting with my actual middle school and junior varsity program. And then it trickled to like one of my friendships that I love. So I don't think it's ever intentional, and we talked about it, but it doesn't feel good. Whether it's intentional or unintentional, it still doesn't change the fact that it doesn't feel good, you know? But happy holidays. Thank you guys for always supporting me. Thank y'all for listening to all 32 minutes of this. You know what? I might as well just stay 2 more minutes because I'm 34 now. Ain't no way I can stop at 32. So let me see. I turned 34 on November the 28th. I was in Alabama. I had an amazing time. Amazing time. Yeah, one of my kids was like, what you did in Alabama? Must thought I was her friend. I said, I was grown in Alabama. And if you decide you want to talk about it, we will go run. I ain't y'all friends. What you talking about? Get yourself deleted. Like, hey, you know what I did in Alabama. Don't come asking me no question. I am a grown man. 34 now. Okay? And don't be saying like, well, you shouldn't have posted it. You don't want them to ask about it. No, they better learn how to stay in a child's place. You better go talk to your friend that's your age. Okay? Because I'm 34. What I do what 34-year-olds do. I ain't 33. But no, but those are boundaries. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's the Bama in me too, but I guess I have to make a whole nother video about boundaries because y'all be letting y'all kids talk to y'all crazy. Kids be at the car screaming, let's go. I literally have heathen cheerleaders that I drop off that would never yell, let's go to me at my Hyundai Santa Fe. You want to go somewhere? I bet you do. I know exactly where you finna go. You finna go call your mom and daddy, and you finna tell your mom and daddy that you need a ride, because you ain't getting that Hyundai Santa Fe. Not without, no. Boundaries. We can joke, we can laugh, we can play, we can have a good time, but at the end of the day, there are certain lines you will not cross, and you will never think that I'm your friend. Because guess what? What I allow one time, I gotta allow again. And then you allow it in front of the wrong person. Now you embarrassed, and it's your fault because you shouldn't have allowed it in the get-go. But that's me. That's my TED Talk. Now we're at 34 minutes. Now I can let y'all go. Peace. Love you. Bye.